Vanguard. What more do I even have to say about this? The fact that you need to constantly restart your computer after updates, the random crashes, the fact that it's legit malware that sends private data to the Chinese government might be enough. But people don't even care that much about these aspects. The main problem is that it makes the game run like it's on your grandpa's Pentium 4. I'm Kimmy, the manliest man with a girl's name, and I asked my Discord community what the main problems with Valorant are at the moment. Here are the top answers, and I'll explain each one of them in a short, straight to the point manner. Also, make sure to subscribe because only 10% of you are subscribed. Next, we move to expensive skins. You might have thought that inflation wouldn't make an appearance in a random video game. Well, it did. And it seems like Riot really enjoys making you pay a week's worth of groceries for a virtual skin that isn't even that good. Let's not even mention the last bundle, where they legit could have asked a 3-star Fiverr guy to make a better design, and it would have been better. Riot is so out of touch with the community that they just focus on profits. They don't even understand that 70% of players are still struggling with 90 FPS, let alone buying an $80 bundle. But hey, let's give more money to Tarek so he can talk about how cool the new bundle is. Next, we have matchmaking. The only aspect I like is their anti-cheat. It's not perfect, but it's 10 times better than what the competition has. The problem has been the same since the beginning of the game: smurfs, toxic people, and what everybody got used to from League of Legends. It's a complicated topic because compared to other games in Valorant, the only way to play competitive is through their in-game competitive queue. In CS, we got around this problem by simply playing Face It, which had a better anti-cheat and a much better system with more balanced teams. Sadly, for this aspect, I don't see a fix. If you have any ideas, please let me know in the comments. The next problem would be game modes, or better said, the lack of game modes. Let's compare it to the inspiration for this game and its main competitor, CS. In CS, if you're bored of competitive, you can simply play a ton of other community maps. Surf, hide and seek, B-hop maps, zombie mode, Simon Says, and a bunch of other things. In Valorant, if you don't want to play competitive, you have to choose between casual, team deathmatch, swift play, and other modes that are legit boring beyond belief. Riot needs to understand that to make this game interesting again and make people want to come back, they have to do something similar to what Fortnite did. Let people create their own maps with their engine and integrate them into the game. CS has a whole community of players that only play Surf, but they're still interested in what the pros are doing and might buy some skins, so it's a win-win for both parties. Next, let's talk about the meta changes. One thing I hated the most in League of Legends was how Riot only listened to the pro players. Whenever the top pro players didn't like something, the next patch it was removed or changed altogether. The same thing happens in Valorant. Is there an agent that some top pro players think is broken? Next patch, Riot will nerf it to the ground. Oh, pro players want more controllers in a team? Let's make controllers more viable and buff their utilities. There is legit no thought process behind any change in this game. They're listening 100% to what these washed up CS pro players are telling them to change. And in doing so, they ruin the experience for the rest of the players who just want to play the game how it was originally meant to be played, not with a particular setup that needs to be respected 100% of the time. Next, we have maps and map rotations, and I'll group these two together. First of all, whoever designed the latest maps clearly never played more than 100 hours of shooter games in their lives. There are so many angles to check on every site and every possibility for someone to be in every corner that it makes the maps impossible to play. What made maps legendary in CS was the fact that they were more linear and smaller. You had more face-to-face duels and knew you could be shot from a maximum of 3 angles. That's why even now we're still talking about Dust 2 and Mirage. Riot now tries to distance themselves from what made them great in the first place. Maps like Ascent, Split and Haven, with more complex larger maps that make no sense. And now moving to the next part is how they decide the map rotation in the game. Whenever the community loves one map, in the next episode they remove it from the rotation and add their new map that has new ways to interact with the map that legit adds no value to the game. Also, the fact that in 2024 you can't queue in matchmaking for whatever map you want is a disgrace. I've had a bunch of people telling me in recent videos that I have a weak mentality because I dodge bad maps whenever I see them. First of all, you can't beat math. If you try, you're just an edgy kid trying to be cool and think you're so much cooler because you're different. No, in CS, if you look at any of the top players on Face It, they play 3-4 maps max and only maps where they have a decent win rate. Why would you waste time trying to beat a 33% win rate? You're just fighting the odds. Be actually smart, not a smart ass. Pro teams do the same. That's why you have a pick and ban phase at major events. Now let's talk about agents. Let's brush over the fact that they involve politics in a children's game and tried to wash the brains of a whole generation. The agents are kinda boring. Instead of just pumping out new agents and making the same mistakes as in League of Legends, first fix the existing ones and see how you can improve them. Next, the performance. If you don't have a good CPU, you're cooked. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want to get to Radiant and actually improve, sadly, you'll have to buy a really good PC because this game is really not friendly to older PCs. Trust me, I've been there. For the first 3 episodes, I had 120 FPS max. Somehow I still managed to hit Radiant, but could I do that right now? I doubt it. Replay system. I've made a video recently on this topic and how they tried to brush it under the carpet like it's something that few people in the community were talking about. Got mad about it? Go watch the whole rant if you're interested. If not, long story short, after 4 years we still don't have a basic system. Next is the lack of major updates that address the main problems in the community. I don't think I need to address all of these problems. You just have to look under any recent Valorant update video and see for yourself. No rewards for ranks. Let's say you spent the whole year improving, watching videos, getting better at the game, and when you hit Radiant, you get a gun buddy. Like legit, the highest rank in the game gets a gun buddy. Want to make more people play your game, Riot? Make a cool skin for each major rank so people also have an incentive to get there. Not just to flex on their friends, but something cool to actually have. Not just a border and gun buddy. Do better. And the last problem, just the creativity overall. It seems like nowadays what Riot considers creativity is pushing a woke agenda, agents that look like a unicorn puked on them, and making maps that look like they're straight from some 2008 MOBA game that failed at launch. So yeah, it is what it is.
Arrivederci.